whichever one you like. See the kids come in. evening, everyone, and welcome to the 39th commencement exercises of Enrico Fermi High School. It is my pleasure to welcome you all here this evening to share this special night with us. I take great pride in introducing two extremely talented vocalists, Melissa Rita and Joseph Young, who will sing their rendition of the national anthem. Please stay standing. Melissa, come up on the stage. Come up on the stage.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nice job, you guys. Awesome job. Very nice job, Melissa and Joe. That was excellent. Dr. Gallagher, Mr. Torrey, Mr. Stokes, Senator Kissel, Representative Jarmock, Mayor Copen, members of the Board of Education, members of the Town Council, Fermi staff, invited guests, parents, and members of the class of 2010. Tonight I welcome you as we join together as members of the Enrico Fermi family to honor our distinguished graduates in the class of 2010. Congratulations to you, my friends, in Fermi's class of 2010. You've definitely made it. Tonight, we honor and congratulate you for 13 years of hard work and dedication in school. Graduates, you should be very proud of this accomplishment and all that you have achieved to make tonight a reality. This is the part of the program where I would normally share an anecdote or a story and then relate it to your lives once you graduate from Fermi. This year, after careful thought, I decided to depart from my usual type of speech and speak instead about something that I have learned from you this year. While I'm sure the topic is somewhat sensitive, to be sure, I want to reflect briefly on the events leading up to the final selection of Enrico Fermi High School as our graduation site. Before I say anything else, I do want to say that graduating here on campus does hold a certain traditional feel that is very gratifying. Sure, it might have been nice to be in a somewhat cooler, maybe fancier environment, but it's also But it's also very nice to be here at Fermi High School, where your journey into high school first began and now fittingly comes to a close. As your principal, I was very proud of those of you who attended the Board of Education meetings and spoke so eloquently and passionately about your wishes for a graduation site. In a time where we fault today's youth for their apathy, it was very moving to see so many students and parents alike rally around a cause and work within a framework of our system to help make change. I was extremely proud of our superintendent of schools and our Board of Education for listening to you, sometimes for hours on end, and for trying to act in the best interests of the majority who voiced their opinions at our Board of Education meetings. You see, in the final analysis, you may not always remember the precise details of this evening's ceremony, but I'm quite confident that you will remember the voyage you took to get here. I have always held to the fact that while schools can teach academics, we cannot teach the one quality that is perhaps the most important one of all, and that is character. I am extremely proud of and impressed by the character of the students who I've come into contact with throughout the various stages of this site selection process. Further, I am incredibly proud of the students with whom I have spoken with in the wake of the final decision. These students clearly accepted the decisions that were made and have focused on making the best of the graduation once the site was finalized. As a result of this process and the resultant court actions, a lesson was taught to us all. Sometimes, in spite of our best efforts, we may not always get what we want. On a more personal level, though, I want you to know that a lesson was taught to me by you students. I clearly saw that when you're dealing with individuals who possess outstanding character, they can accept a situation, a decision, or an outcome that was not what they hoped for and can truly make the best of it. Fermi seniors, thank you for teaching me that lesson, and I applaud you. As I close, graduates, please realize that I hope Fermi will always hold a special place in your heart. I am so grateful that I've gotten to know so many of you. I know that I am a much richer person because of the relationships that we've shared. I am so proud of each and every one of you, and I wish you health, happiness, and success wherever your life takes you. At this time, I'm very pleased to introduce to you Mr. Michael Trombetta, the salutatorian for the class of 2010, who will give us his salutatory address.
Good evening, class of 2010. We have made it! On behalf of the class, I would like to welcome Dr. Gallagher, Mr. Torrey, and the Board of Education to the Fermi Gymnasium this evening. I would especially like to thank the teachers. Thank you for all the hard work that you have put in during these past 4 years. We realize the many extra hours you have worked, and we are so grateful to have you in our lives and here to support us this evening. Finally, I would like to thank the parents for all that you have given us in this first chapter in our lives. And to any other family members and friends out there, thank you for taking the time out of your days to support us as well. When we leave this gym tonight, our high school careers will be over. We have seen a lot in 4 years. When we first walked into Fermi, we could not even walk on that grass. Former President Bush still had 2 years left in office, and most of us were only 13 or 14 years old. To most people, we were just young teens with a lot left to learn about life. But now, we are young adults. Ready to enter the changing world. But these years will not be forgotten. Our high school years are full of memories that we will cherish for the rest of our lives. We have met friends and faculty who have changed our lives forever, just as we have forever impacted them. Looking forward, as proud graduates of Enrico Fermi High School, we have many opportunities ahead of us. We are the future. If we have made mistakes in our past, now we have a clean slate. It is time to move on and put our lives on the right path. We have a greater responsibility than ever before. We have a responsibility to be good citizens of the United States of America. Lawana Blackwell once said, "Age is no guarantee of maturity. Everyone grows old, but only you can choose to grow up. Be a part of your communities in every way you can. Volunteer at the bake sale, vote in elections, spend time at the soup kitchen, get involved." Even though we are no longer in high school, it is important to keep learning. Life is all about growth. As we have grown physically over the years, it is important to remember that we have grown intellectually as well. Do not stop that growth now. Continue your education in every way you can, whether it be through college, trade school, or just simply reading. You never get too old to learn something new. In times of crisis, people always look for a shoulder to lean on. Everyone is always looking for someone to follow. Be a leader, not a follower. As John F. Kennedy once famously said, leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. Learn to lead. Leaders go where there is no path and leave a trail. Begin making that trail today. Finally, everyone needs something to look forward to in life. It is important to find something that drives you. Dr. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, made some astonishing observations about his experiences in a Nazi death camp. He said that people who had nothing to live for died relatively quickly of starvation and disease. But those who lived to see their liberation all had one thing in common. They all had something to live for. Find what drives you and do something about it. If you love sports, get involved with the local youth teams. If you love politics, run for an elective office or work in a political campaign. And if you love animals, volunteer at the local animal shelter. Whatever you do, don't let money or fame stand in your way. Success and significance are not defined by how much money you make. David McCullough once famously said, "Real success is finding your life work in the work that you love." If you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life. So I leave you with this. Be a leader. Get involved in your communities. And most importantly, find something that drives you. And when you do all of that, stop for a second and remember where you came from. Do not ever forget the incredible times that we spent together here during these past 4 years. Make everyone proud to call you a graduate of Enrico Fermi High School by being a responsible citizen and a lifelong learner. Thank you all. Have a great night.
Michael. Michael, congratulations on your speech. And I have for you a citation from the General Assembly. It was introduced by Representative Kathleen Talarita, Representative Karen Jarmock, and Senator John Kishel. In recognition of your outstanding achievements is our salutatorium. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you.
I would now like to invite Mr. Michael Spano, President of the Class of 2010, to come forward for the presentation of the class gift. Mike, come on up, buddy.
Good evening. I want to take this time now to look at our school Fermi. Look at that wall. Now look at that one. Look at the ceiling, and look at the floor. We've been at this school for the past 4 years of our lives, and yet it seems like our first day of freshman year was only yesterday. In that short amount of time, we've had a life's worth of experiences. This school has been the hub for those experiences. As we've ranked up through the grades, we've gotten older, smarter, and wiser. There's been an awful lot of good and an awful lot of bad. But no matter what you may think about this school, you can't deny that it's been home. This school has helped shape us and the people we are going to become for the rest of our lives. So, to show our appreciation for what the school has been, we, the senior class of 2010, are gifting to them a brand new sound system as a gift. It comes with wireless microphones and has a boom antenna, so those who use it can speak with clarity and ease, even while out on the athletic fields. Again, from the bottom of all of our hearts, we say thank you for the 4-year experience we had at this school, Enrico Fermi High. Thank you.
Mike, and all the members of class of 2010, on behalf of Enrico Fermi High School, I wish to thank you for that very generous gift. I know it will be put to good use. While I'm extending thanks, I would also like to extend a special thank you to the Enfield community for their generous support of our Safe Graduation program. This is an outstanding and valuable program that benefits our graduating seniors. I know that the members of the class of 2010 are looking forward to this evening's festivities. I would also like to thank all of the individuals and businesses that made our scholarships available to students this year. This year, our 19th annual Scholarship and Awards Evening was held on June 7th. That evening, nearly 140 awards and, by far, a record number of $107,375 in local community-based scholarships were presented to the members of our senior class. This could not have been possible without the generous support of the Enfield community. Again, please accept my thanks to all of you who helped to make this possible. And now it is with great pride that I introduce to you Mr. Andrew Silva, valedictorian of the class of 2010, who will give us his valedictory address.
Good evening, Dr. Gallagher, Mr. Torrey, members of the Board of Education, faculty and administration, selected family and friends. First and foremost, I want to congratulate the seniors on their tremendous accomplishment. Now, I could spend days talking about the successes my classmates have had over the past 4 years, but instead, I'd like to talk about something that many consider to be a failure. Many months ago, the location of today's ceremony came under question. The issue started out small until it progressively seized the attention of nearly every senior in Enfield. As you all know, countless students and parents became involved and worked extremely hard. For months, their combined efforts paid off on a local level. The Board of Education, pressured from every side imaginable, made difficult decisions and acted in the interest of the parents and the students who are attending this ceremony today. To make this familiar story short, they lost. There was disappointment, hurt feelings, frustration, pointing fingers in all directions. Unfortunately, I believe that some of these feelings still exist in many of us today. Although we've ended up exactly where we started at the beginning of this, we must understand that we are not defeated. We've actually gained something else through this process, something that might not have been noticed without looking very carefully. Throughout this graduation battle, we've learned that you can't always get what you want, and that life doesn't always seem fair. Here's a quick story that I want everyone to think about. A young boy had been enrolled in mixed martial arts training for 8 months and still hadn't earned his first belt. His instructor was tough and expected a lot. The boy was close to earning his first belt. He had the moves down, and when his father asked his teacher if he was ready to test, the teacher replied, "He still needs to learn the stack and guard pass." The boy's father was surprised because the kids who had just earned the same belt didn't know the stack and guard pass. So why was it different for his son? The father thought it wasn't fair that he had to learn a move that the others didn't just to earn the same belt, and decided it was an opportunity to teach his son that life isn't always fair. So one night at the dinner table, the boy's father said, "You have to learn a move that the other kids don't, just to earn the same belt, and I know that isn't fair. But that's too bad, because life isn't fair always. If you want the belt, you'll just have to learn it anyway." The son replied, "You're right, Dad, it isn't fair to the other kids." The father was confused and said, "No, it's not fair to you." The son then continued, "No, Dad, it isn't fair to the others, because I get to learn more than them." Regardless of your opinion on this past issue, this story bears a striking resemblance to our recent situation. Other high schools in Connecticut faced the same problem that we did and immediately submitted to the opposition in deciding to hold this ceremony at their schools. Now, maybe Enfield is just a bit more stubborn than those other towns. It's not really my place to say, but what I can say is that we didn't just give up. We received outstanding student and parent support at board meetings. We put forth the effort to stand up for ourselves, and of course, we didn't back down in the face of a lawsuit. And in the end, we're graduating under the same conditions as the other schools that did none of the above. You could almost say that it's not fair to those other schools. What we can take from this entire experience is that it's very easy to be inactive. It's simple to decide not to make any decisions, to submit without standing up for your beliefs. Most of all, it's easy to be critical. It's easy to complain whenever we're faced with an unfavorable outcome. In fact, it takes no effort at all to do this, and that's why no statues are raised in honor of critics. No, the statues are raised to venerate those that with every single word of criticism spoke 2 words of proposed solution. That is what being an active member of society is all about. Whether we like it or not, we are part of this society. Whether we decide to act or not, change is occurring. So, what's preventing us from making positive changes? I'd like to challenge you all today, specifically the graduates, but also everyone else who hears these words. I challenge everyone to make some personal improvement that will change this world that we live in. Let's face it, our town, our state, our country, our world is full of problems. Not one individual can be responsible for solving all of these problems. We have a collective responsibility to take care of our society, and to be collectively responsible, we need to first be individually responsible. So now that we're here today at this ceremony, who cares if "In God We Trust" is printed on our money? With the same effort that we put forth fighting for this graduation, let's spend our energy standing up for the betterment of this world. That is what we can learn from our apparent failure in this battle. We've not only learned how to unite in support of a common cause, we've learned that even in the end, if the result isn't favorable, all of the effort is still worth it. I want to congratulate everyone on being part of this lesson. Most importantly, everyone is gathered here today to honor your completion of high school. In fact, this ceremony is the culmination of all of your education up to this point. Believe it or not, and I'm not too great with numbers, but you have spent approximately 14,118 hours in the classroom. Wow. The diploma that you're receiving today represents those long hours in school, day in and day out, in addition to the time spent completing homework, perfecting projects, participating in extracurricular activities, and much more. Think about the last time you spent 14,000 hours doing anything. The fact is, your education has been a lifelong investment, and that is something that every member of this class should be proud of. Now, take a moment to look around you at the faces of your classmates. You are all here, sharing this moment of achievement together. After today, the class of 2010 will step out into the real world, renewed by this fresh beginning, and we will branch out. Some will further pursue their education. Some will tackle today's demanding jobs right out of high school. others will valiantly answer our nation's call for servicemen and women. To be honest, maybe some of you don't really know what you want to do. You may be undecided about your future as of now. That's okay. You may not decide what you want to do today or even tomorrow, but whatever you end up doing, do it well. That is what you can decide today. That is what we can all decide today. No matter what, change the world. Be a leader. Don't just sit back and wait for an invitation to make a positive change to our society. Stand up for something that you believe is right, but first, believe in yourself, in your abilities, and in your future. Be someone, do something, and do it with all the effort that you have. After all, now that we're here today, it doesn't really matter where we'll be receiving our diplomas. It is the fight that mattered. It is the ability to say that something isn't right and the ability to defend yourself that proves you are well equipped to confidently participate in the world we've only been observing for our lifetimes. Once again, congratulations to the Enrico Fermi High School class of 2010 on all of your accomplishments, your growth, and your bright future. I cite many politicians and past presidents in leaving you with these following words. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Andrew, nice job. Andrew, I have here for you from the General Assembly an official citation. It was introduced by Representative Talarita, Representative Jarmock, and Senator Kissel in recognition of you being our valedictorian. Congratulations, my friend. This year, Ms. Megan Ruff, the Vice President of the class of 2010, will present her tribute to the parents. Megan, come on up.
What is a parent? If you look in a dictionary, you may find definitions such as a mother or a father, or any organism that produces or generates another. In a way, these definitions are true. However, a parent is so much more than any dictionary would give credit for. Real parents are defined by the countless diaper changes, the watchful eyes for recalls on toys with lead paint, the rides to band camp, the uncanny ability to remove grass stains from clothes, and to do all this while still finding time to bring home the bacon. A real parent is a support system, always there to check for monsters, check your temperature, and assure you that walking briefly on the toxic grass will not make you grow a second head. To have a real parent is to have motivation and security. For the at least 18 years or so it has taken us to grow up, we have needed your love, your support, and your confidence that we can and will succeed. On this day of our commencement, you have come here to see the fruits of our labors as well as your own. Raising a child is a difficult job, but producing an adult may be even more so. The fact that we sit before you today, wearing these big square hats and long flowy robes, has proven your success. When we walk across this stage, you can look up at us with no worries other than how on earth you're going to manage to pay for college. But that's another story. Graduates, I would like to remind you, as you sit on the cusp of a bright new life and a looming future, don't forget to look back. Remember where you came from, and thank the ones who made sure you survived to see this day. I'll leave you now with a quote from Anne Frank. Parents can only give good advice or put them on the right paths, but the final forming of a person's character lies in their own hands. Fermi graduates, class of 2010, it is our time to do that final forming. Love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that you've all been anxiously awaiting. We, the staff of Enrico Fermi High School, proudly present the graduating class of 2010 for the conferring of their diplomas. They have satisfactorily completed the requirements established by the Connecticut State Department of Education and the Board of Education of the town of Enfield. Mr. Stokes, Mr. Johnson, I present to you the class of 2010.
Andrew Timothy Silva. Michael Francis Trombetta. Michael Salvador Spano. Megan Elaine Ruff. Matthew Scott Anthony. Daniel Paul Army. Jennifer Shea Arnone. Anthony Douglas Aslan. Carol Baeza. Caitlin Victoria Bagley. Valerie Lynn Bach. Ryan Anthony Bakes. Jordan Eileen Barbalik. Christine Jewel Barbara. Rachel Elizabeth Barilari. Alicia Joyce Barnett. Amanda Catherine Barossa. Brian Michael Barry. Rachel Lee Batchelder. Joseph Alexander Baumgarten. Gabrielle Bennett. Danielle Marie Bergeron. Dina Marie Batourne. Catherine Byron. Ryan Michael Blackwood. Diana Blount. Joseph Stephen Bordeaux. Danielle Boucher. Heather Aaron Boulay. Kayla Erin Brown. Keenan David Bouchon. Sean Patrick Byrne. David Josh Callender. Nicole Marie Campisi. Michelle Lynn Carr. Michelle Denise Cass. Rebecca Lynn Catania. Megan Alice Jean Cepatelli. Megan Marie Chant. Patricia Maria Cherubin. Michael Paul Cherpak. David Michael Korostecki. Adriana T. Clark. Brian Robert Clark. Lawrence Mack Clark. Evan Andrew Cloutier. Axel Antonio Colon Tosca. Corey Catherine Comet. Joshua Giovanni Concepcion. Catriona Madeline Koppler. Carly Danielle Corbin. Gregory Michael Costabile. Rebecca Lynn Cody. Patrick Michael Kottner. Ethan Sinclair Canoyer. Caitlin Rose Sear. Peter Edward Tchaikovsky. Stephanie Taylor D'Addario. Aaron Ronald Daly. Caitlin Elizabeth Daly. Kevin D'Angelo. Dallas Davis. Lindsay Ray DeFord. Denakaran Donaraj. Giselle Del Carmen Diaz. Carl Anthony DiFederico. Lindsay Nicole Droney. Caitlin M. Doobie. Melanie Lynn Dwyer. Kyle Andrew Dyer. Jonathan Michael Derek Elenowitz. Stephanie Elizabeth Erickson. Mandy Monique Pateau. Alan Edward Filial. Caitlin Ann Fleming. Cara Lynn Folo. Xiomara Fontanez. Dylan Raymond Fremerin. Jeremy John Frizzell. Shannon Elaine Gavey. Wayne Adam Gegenheimer Jr. Felipe Guyman. Sarah Ruth Gillette.
Alexander Ryan Ginsberg. Amber Rose Gist. Christopher James Justina. Ken Parmanand Gobin. Karen Marie Greco. Amanda Nicole Haber. Shauna Lilla Halpin. Wendy Beth Ann Harper. Haley Ann Hartzell. Nicole Elizabeth Haynes. Chanel Nicole Heath. Laura Rose Hill. James David Hubbard. Zachary James Hughes. Samantha Caroline Hurlbert. Albert Salvatore Icolino II. Molly Ann Jackman. Morgan Christine Johnson. Deanna Lorraine Capici. I don't know. What are you waiting for? This is... What are we waiting on?
What was the last one that just got a diploma?
That was Molly.
These aren't the right.
That's Molly. We'll get you. All right. Back to Deanna Lorraine Capici. Matthew T. Keene. Rebecca Michelle Keene. Chantel Aisha Kelly. Alton Arthur Kenny. Brittany Elizabeth Kennedy. Erica Elizabeth Kindred. Chelsea Elizabeth Kirkbride. Victoria Helen Klesick. Patrick Konopka. Krzysztof Kucharczyk. Costa Kiparidis. Nicholas Adam LaFerrier. Tyler James LaGrange. Alyssa Marie Lamborn. Jennifer Elizabeth Lampro. Matthew Michael LaPlante. Gregory Richard LaCare. Madeline Rose Latino. Jacob Lewis Lavender. Ryan John Patrick Leary. Mayolani Christine Lee. Morgan Elizabeth Lewis. Ashley Marie Littlejohn. Vanessa Lopez. Kimberly Ann Luke. Yu Yang Lor. It's Yu Yang.
It's not the right one.
Did they take the wrong one again?
No, like, they skipped one and he said just give it to him.
Okay. Kimberly Ann Luke.
No, they skipped one. Like it wasn't not there.
Kayla Marie Mayotte. Amy Malnikoff. Krista Elizabeth Maloney. Joshua Paul Marcotte. Ashley Sarah Marco. Anthony Paul Martirano. Russell Fraser Maylott. Kelly Patricia Mayo. Matthew Michael Mayo. Jamie Marie McGill. Jason Timothy McGuire. Kevin Scott Menaker. Tori Lee Mercado. Nicole Elizabeth Miller. Sharon Mitchell. Joseph Douglas Mitten. Relebuhile Francis Malapo. Cassandra Eloren Mollison. James Hayes Mooney. Sydney Michelle Moore. Tia Nicole Machete. Rayson Wing Ho Ing. Francesca Cecilia Dincolini. Catherine Elizabeth Norris. Mary Beth Francis Norton. William Jordan Oakes. Sarah Ann O'Donnell. Aaron Annell O'Hara. Derek Ryan Akonis. Joshua Mason Olden. Coda Lee Oliver. Ashley Ann Orifice.
Paul Michael Aulette. Brianna Rachel Perret. Brianna Erlene Parker. Lauren Christine Pass. Alexander Raymond Peabody. Danielle Michelle Lee Padamonte. Samantha Elizabeth Pelletier. Devin Anthony Perdue. Nicholas Anthony Patrone. Robert Delano Picard Jr. Jaquaya Lachey Pinkney. Evelina Pliska. Michael James Podgorski. Sharon Marie Poffel. Tanisha Ray Procopio. Kelsey Marissa Preventure. Cody Ravosa. Kathleen Elizabeth Reardon. Melissa Catherine Rita. Carlos Alexis Rivera. Edwin Mark Rivera. Sarah Roman. Angelique Tashana Ross. Jana Lynn Ross. Nancy Elizabeth Rotatori. Tabitha Marie Rosalski. Mary Elizabeth Rudnick. Zachary Valentino Sagan. Megan Elizabeth St. Amand. Aubrey Rose Santanella. April Faith Sapoznik. Naya Renee Soros. Daniel Joseph Andrew Sakowitz. Shannon Nicole Saunders. Kyle Schnitzler. Wade Jeffrey Schools. John Henry Shaughnessy III. Joseph Shepard. Robert Wayne Silver Jr. Cody James Small. Samantha Ann Smith. Valerie Ann Sopalak. Alexandra Lee Stalgaitis. Lauren Elizabeth Stefaniak. Michelle Christine Stiso. Joseph Stoker. Trisha Lynn Stokes Owens. Benjamin James Soluski. Emily Caitlin Surapine. Michaela Ann Tarnowitz. Sarah Ashley Tingley. Dep Tran. Chase Austin Tryon. Nathan Emmanuel Valle. Kyle Paul Valvo. Jessica Catherine Vaughn. Kevin Robert Vayu. Nicholas Ryan Vayu. Catherine Violet. Tyler E. Wadsworth. Connor John Walsh. Chelsea Caroline Worzensky. Nicholas Joseph Wheat. Caitlin Mary White. Jordan Casey Wilcox. James Patterson Wilson. Adam Kyle Wisniewski. Jonathan James Whitkins. Derek Matthew Wright. Hua Chun Yang. Mai Yang. Wen Hui Yang. Joseph A. Young. Jack Zachary. Tori Zane. Jacqueline Ann Zarcaro.
And at this time, I'd like to call upon Mr. Mike Spano and Miss Megan Ruff to lead the class in the turning of the tassels. Michael and Megan, would you please lead the recessional?